Toronto, the most multicultural city in the world, with over 230 different nationalities and over 200 languages spoken in Canada's largest city. It is located on Lake Ontario, one of the 5 Great Lakes. Toronto's skyline is recognizable, and as you zoom into the different neighborhoods like Kensington Market, you see that this is not just a title, but it's the life and heartbeat of the city. Come with me as we explore the most diverse and eclectic neighborhood of Kensington Market. Good morning. I'm so excited. Today I'm heading to Canada. I've been waiting so long to go to Canada again, and now I'm finally going with Fly Swoop. I'm heading to the Orlando Sanford International Airport. I'm waiting for my Uber right now. I'm excited because it is a smaller airport, so I think it'll be less of a hassle than Orlando International's MCO. So I'm excited to see what it's like to go to a smaller airport in Orlando and then head off to Toronto today. But for now, I'm gonna get ready because the Uber's coming. Hey everybody, we made it to the Sanford International Airport. This place is so cute. It's a small airport and I'm here to fly with Swoop to Toronto. This is an ultra low cost carrier. They have 5 destinations in the US and over 32 routes planned for this summer. I mean, summer's around the corner and it's pretty nice that you can fly to Canada so cheaply with Swoop. With a little planning in advance, you can be off to places like Toronto, Edmonton, Hamilton, and more. But for now, I'm gonna go through security and show you what the other side of Sanford International Airport is like. I'm here at the Sanford International Airport and we're just waiting for a flight to board to Toronto. But honestly, this airport is so chill and easy to get through security, as well as it's just, look how quiet it is here. I'm not even kidding. And if you went to MCO, like Orlando International Airport, it would be packed. So I'm really grateful that Swoop actually flies from here because it gives you another option. You can fly internationally from here. I honestly did not know that until I decided to come with Swoop to go to Toronto. But for now, I'm gonna go get some snacks and then get ready for the plane. Alright guys, we're here, we made it. We're on Swoop Airlines and we're heading to Toronto. I've been wanting to go to Toronto for a long time. I remember, not last summer, the summer before, we were actually driving and we went to the American side of Niagara Falls and saw Canada from America, and I even saw tiny Toronto off in the distance. But now we're actually going to get to go there in Hamilton. I'm really excited to bring you along with us. And yep, Swoop is definitely an awesome choice if you want to take a low-cost carrier and be in a smaller airport when you leave Orlando, because the Orlando airport can be a lot. It can be a lot. But this was a very calm experience, just waiting for the plane. And now we're off to Toronto, 2 hours, 45 minutes later. You'll see us there. Arriving into Toronto, we had such epic views and a sunny, clear day to see the city skyline of Toronto. Good afternoon, guys. We just arrived. I'm at Same Sun Hostel. If you remember, I stayed there when I was in Venice Beach, California, and they actually have a few in Canada. So I wanted to check out what the one in Toronto was like for 2 nights. So let me show you. I have a private room, which is actually, it's really bright, which is nice. But as you can see, there's a desk, a TV, and the bed is really nice and bright. I like the color scheme. And importantly, there's air conditioning. So when it is summer, which I can already tell, even though we're still just getting to spring, it can get hot. So you definitely want air conditioning. And also the floor length or the long mirror so you can see what your outfit looks like before you head out for the day. But I think this is super important. A lot of places don't have desks. And the lamp actually has a outlets, which is nice, so great for working. And this room has a little porch, so you can go out on it if you wish to enjoy the good weather. But right here you can see we're near Kensington Market, and there's some historic buildings as well. But right out front, when you walk here, you see that there's so many restaurants. We're near Graffiti Alley, which I heard is a place that you can go get some awesome Instagram pics. And yeah, it just seems like in a fun area. There was literally somebody DJing on the side of the street when our Uber went past it. But yes, ignore all of my bags, because even though I'm only here for 7 days, I somehow found a way to overpack. But I'm going to get some coffee and food because we had a little bit of a delay, but an amazing flight, and the beautiful scenery as we pulled into Toronto was amazing. Probably one of the best flights and best views that I've had from an airplane window. But for now, I need some coffee. Alright guys, I'm here at Cafe Culinary, and they call them Culinarians, I don't know, but the guy made some awesome coffee, and it's right close by to the Same Sun Hostel, which is right down the way. But I'm definitely going to enjoy some of this coffee and then find some good food, for real, because I'm hungry. Finally made it to Kensington Market area, and this neighborhood's really cool. The area around Kensington Market, actually. We're staying right down the road here before checking out the Hilton Toronto, but right now this is the neighborhood where Same Sun Hostel is located. They have private rooms, dorm rooms, but this place is so cool. Around every corner there's like a unique shop, vegan restaurants, taco places. There's just such a mix of places. I really like this coffee shop, Culinary. And yeah, just walking around, exploring the different art, graffiti, and then going to head to get some food. Kensington Market is dubbed the most diverse neighborhood and welcoming community in Toronto. It is not a traditional marketplace, but an open-air marketplace. On Sundays, you can experience a pedestrian-friendly no-car zone in some parts of the neighborhood in warmer months. Also, as a multicultural community, it is promised that you are going to have some of the best and most worldly cuisine here. It also neighbors Chinatown, which is close to the train. Alright guys, this is why I love cities, because just as I was walking, we ended up finding ourselves in Chinatown, which is kind of crazy. And now I'm just gonna go get some boba tea. I'm just having a smorgasbord right now, and I love it being in a city. And as you can see over here, we have the CN Tower. I'm just like really excited to be here and excited to be exploring with my mom. This is so good. Kung Fu Tea. They have 10 locations around Toronto, and the tea is warm. The bubbles are good. Good bubble tea. Also, one thing you can tell is Toronto is such a melting pot. Look at around the corner from a place where I got Jamaican patties that also sold Italian pasta. I'm having boba tea. As you can tell, I'm gonna eat a lot while I'm in Toronto because there's a wide array of food. Tomorrow, Kensington tour of all the food. Finally, I got dinner at Trinity Common, where they have live music, awesome food. I got this amazing meatball sub with some fries, and then I called it a night. Good afternoon. After a pretty productive morning, actually, and relaxing one, I came here, walked 3 minutes down the block to New Bruegel, where I'm meeting Chopsticks and Forks. It's a food tour company that you can come around to do different tours. I'm doing the Kensington Market one, and that's why I decided to stay close by for it. It was really easy to get here, and I'm really excited to go around with a local guide to understand more of the unique and diverse restaurants that we're going to visit along the way. But for now, let's go inside and meet the tour. Walking in, I instantly knew the food tour was a great decision. The smell of bagels wafted through the air, and not only that, the tour guide was so friendly. We all introduced ourselves and our favorite food from the areas where we were from. Our guide gave an amazing background of the neighborhood, giving us a great context as to why we were trying bagels at our first stop. We learned that a Canada city actually claims to have better bagels than New York.
2 cities in the world claim to have the best and most authentic bagels. New York and Montreal. Does anybody know what makes an authentic bagel in historic terms or whatever? Yes, so that's right. So the dough has to be pre-boiled. In the case of Montreal bagels, it's honey water, so Montreal bagels are a little sweeter. And one other thing, a part of the process, you've got a big hint right that I'm staring at. Wood fire oven, yeah. So those are the 2 things that make a bagel an authentic bagel. Water, so they called it New Bruegel. The 2 friends that started this place are Venezuelan Jews. So they came to Canada, started this business, and have a great bagel bakery. That is Montreal style bagels. Okay, this is the coconut bagel.
Okay, now trying the buttered coconut bagel. First, let me take this out.
Yeah. Want me to take this one?
Buttered coconut bagel is really good. I love coconut. Montreal style bagels with coconut. I love it. I don't think I've ever had smoked trout. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good. I would have never. If I saw smoked trout,
Yeah.
I probably would never order it. But this was good, so
Okay,
now
so you
changed
said
my
you
mind.
like fish, so what is it? Because you don't like smoked fish?
On to the next destination. It was kind of like a 2-in-1 tour because we learned about some of the art murals.
It's an art installation. It's an activist piece. It's a car that has been painted and turned into a garden, and it usually sits right over here, and it gets hauled away, in autumn to winter somewhere, and then comes spring when the frosts are, guaranteed not to happen anymore. It gets parked over there. So I have a photo of it.
So far, so good. Just had some bagels and they were so yummy. I learned one thing. The 2 cities claim to have the best bagels, New York and Montreal. And so that place had some Montreal style bagels and it tasted really yum. Like I would never have put smoked trout with horseradish, like this horseradish jelly, but it was so yummy and so good. Now we're walking down one of the main streets. See the CN Tower over there? I'm gonna be doing something pretty scary tomorrow. I'm like really excited for it, a little scared, but this is all about conquering fears and realizing that we can do a lot more than we limit ourselves with our minds. But right now, we're back in the Chinatown area, walking down the street, and I'm wondering where we're gonna go next. So basically, we are here on this main street, and you can see there's an old synagogue over there. Kensington Market used to have a huge Jewish population. Now that is a community market, but as you can see, there's a lot of diversity in places.
Gates of Kensington Market right behind you. It's got eventually welcome here. The globe means that the world is welcome here. The other 2 symbols on the other gates are either a kitchen chair, this is the world's kitchen, or a cat, because cats are wanderers who always come back home. So here's one of the other gates. So that's got the cat and the globe.
As we learned about the gates, my mom had a little present drop on her head. Bird was walking to her so far. My mom got pigeon poo on her head, and yeah, just off to a great start today exploring Toronto. It was a little funny, but I feel bad for her. I think that was the first, but it's meant to be good luck, right? Do you believe those superstitions? Let me know in the comments.
This is King Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, who was an African king. Haile Selassie, I have a picture of him when he was on the cover of Time.
Alright, you learn something new every day, and this is actually the prophet of Rastafarians. And there's a huge Rastafarian population actually in Kensington Market. You'll find a lot of Caribbean shops here, as well as Caribbean restaurants and Jamaican influence as well. We're going to try some Jamaican patties right now from Golden Patty. It's a takeout place. Okay, so we got golden patties, Jamaican patties with coconut bread, and usually it's pretty like spicy, so let's see what this tastes like. This is very good, hot but good, not spicy, but very savory.
Probably, you could say, came from...
The next stop was Jumbo Empanadas, which started in 1991 out of a hot dog stand to share the taste of Latin America with Toronto. These cheese and meat-filled pieces of heaven were definitely great, especially with the Inca Cola. Then we headed for something a little more Canadian. Fresco's Fish and Chips offers not only fish and chips, but they offer poutine. You can get it Quebec style here as well, and the fish is super fresh. In Bellevue Square Park, we learned all about Kensington Market's roots, originally as a Jewish market in the early 1900s, where Jewish immigrants came to set up their shops for specific cultural needs. Then it's continued to be a hub for immigration, and you can see it by all of the diverse international cuisine from block to block. Which is why I wasn't surprised when I found a Tibet cafe and bar on the tour.
Object of the day, and that is butter tea. Has anyone ever heard of butter tea? It's very traditionally Tibetan. It's something that your Sherpa would make for you as you were climbing Mount Everest. So it is meant to combat altitude sickness. It's also very high in fat. Naturally, a black tea that's very salty and very creamy. So traditionally, if we were in Tibet, they would use yak's butter. I don't think yak's butter is all that available here, and probably not to your taste anyway.
Yak butter. Okay, just about to try some, what did you call this, butter tea?
Yak butter tea.
Yak butter tea.
Tibet.
Helps with altitude sickness. It's very salty. Finally, we made it to the last stop of the Chopsticks and Fork food tour at Fika, a Swedish coffee and tea house.
Tea that originally comes from South Africa and is very healthy because it's caffeine free. It's good for the digestion. So here comes your rooibos tea. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
I'll get the scrubbing, I guess. Yeah. While you guys are here.
Fika.
It says Fika on the cup.
And it's very much personal to them because a lot of it are their, family recipes and whatever. And it's just such a great way to also experience a city through its food. I think through food and through art are two ways that you can really experience a city in a very interesting and engaging cultural way.
For the final food stop of the day, we headed to Film Cafe, where they had an amazing international menu choice. We had some tacos, and I got an avocado quinoa salad, and we listened to some live music. Can you believe that just this one neighborhood has so many international types of cuisine? I couldn't either. And if you want to see more of Toronto, as well as more of my Canada adventures, then please hit subscribe and like this video, and comment any questions you have if you'd like to support my channel.